Up, Panda Girl here with my beautiful cousin Melissa.
That was my line, Melissa.
I'm sorry. Whatever. Anyways, we're going to be doing a PewdieCry one shot, much to our despise. We're not hating on gays. It's just we don't like reading yaoi or yao. How I pronounce it.
I don't mind.
What the heck? Anyways, we're reading MaD. Oh wow, this actually seems very interesting. What if Cry wasn't the insane one? What if, unlike what everyone seems to depict? I don't know. Pewdie was the insane one instead. Warning, blood, gore, death, and swaz. It's by Scully. I don't think we'll be putting any description out, any links. Alright. You want to do it? You want to do Pewds? No,
sure.
Yeah, okay, go.
Ryan.
The American was hiding in the farthest corner of the closet, hearing footsteps enter the room. The house was deadly silent after the hell began. The Swede had been perfectly fine earlier. What had happened?
Ryan, where are you, Ryan?
By the way, Ryan's supposed to be Cry's real name, but I don't really want to use it because I want to respect that search privacy.
Cry.
Yeah, let's use Cry instead of Ryan. Cry clamped a hand over his mouth, trying not to make a sound. Tears pricked at the ends of his eyes. He could hear a feeble whimper that was relative to a dog's, but that began a high-pitched yelp as the sound of metal meeting flesh sounded. Then silence. That horrible goddamn silence.
Ryan, why are you hiding from me? I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, right. The footsteps neared the bed in the room, which only made Cry's fear grow. It would only be a matter of time before he was found. From the slots in the door, he could spot the Swede kneeling down next to the bed to look underneath it. His hair was matted and wet, his clothes stained with the blood of his victims, and in his right hand a bloodied, misused knife. Cry bit his lip down, doing his damnedest.
Damn.
What the hell? How do you pronounce that? Not to whimper.
Damnedest or something.
Maybe. He didn't want to die now. Not now, not for a long time. Pewdie stood, turning out to the closet with a twisted grin on his face. His eyes glowed red.
Ryan, my love, are you hiding in the closet?
His voice was an insane whisper. His words warped. His words warped beyond recognition. Cry huddled deeper into his corner, squeezing his eyes shut. Go away, go away, go away, go away.
Cry.
Cry's eyes shut open as the voice right in front of his face, and he screamed. What? As the voice sounded right in front of his face, and he screamed as he saw Pewdie's red eyes looming down at him, his face spotted with blood as his grin continued to twitch up the side of his face. The Swede grabbed the terrified American, dragging him out of the closet as he thrashed and struggled. He then pulled him onto the bed, pulling out from his back a bundle of rope, which he proceeded to tie Cry's wrists and ankles together with. Cry cried out for help, but as he did, the crazed gamer smoothed a piece of tape over his mouth, smiling madly at him as he sat with the American's head in his lap. That sounds so wrong. Cry whimpered as he felt fingers comb through his brown, tangled hair. I honestly don't know what his hair looks like.
Don't be scared of me, Cry.
Pewdie whispered, with his obvious insanity dripping from his voice.
You said we'd always be together, right? Well, I made sure of that, didn't I?
Cry allowed his tears to spill from his eyes, to which Pewdie wiped them away with his thumbs and began to shush him. This only made Cry's crying worse. Cry's crying. Oh, man.
Shh. It's okay, Ryan. Don't cry over it. Everything will be fine, right? Because we're together, right?
Pewdie chuckled darkly, grasping a handful of brown locks into his hand as he pulled hard on them.
Right?
Cry nodded painfully, still weakly struggling against his restraints as Pewdie smiled down at him with a sickening amount of love, leaning down to place his lips on Cry's forehead. The American began to cry uncontrollably, to which the Swede cradled him in his arms while murmuring a lullaby in Swedish. Do you know a lullaby in Swedish?
No.
Whatever. Cry, though he knew better, began to fall asleep, the faint wails of police sirens sounding in the distance. Pewdie's giggling brought Cry out of his distant world, the Swede pulling the American to his chest as he placed small butterfly kisses down Cry's neck. What the hell's a butterfly kiss?
A lot of kisses, okay.
Alright, let's just leave it at that.
I was worried, right?
Pewdie murmured, his smile flashing with a new wave of madness.
Where am I? Worried they'd tear you away from me, just like they had with Marcia.
Who the hell's they? I wonder.
The bro.
Those friggin' bros and barrels. They took Pewdie's lover. He chuckled, place a kiss on the tape that rests above the American's lips, causing Cry to struggle again.
You won't leave me, will you?
Cry, out of fear, shook his head. Go. Wait, am I supposed to do the narrations?
Pewdie's smile widened with happiness, but then disappeared as his eyes went blank. You love me still, don't you?
Cry nodded, though that only caused the crazed man behind him to frown. The Swede gently pulled the tape from the American's mouth, whom was still whimpering. Of course I love you, he stuttered out, forcing each syllable from his mouth as he smiled nervously. Why wouldn't I? You're still mine. Pewdie's smile returned as he pushed their lips together, nuzzling their noses together as Cry swallowed down a whimper. The sirens were coming closer and closer to their house. The cars sounded as though they were already on their block. Of course I'm yours. If it wasn't, well... Pewdie giggled, lazily twirling the knife in his fingers. We can see what would happen, ja? Oh, I wasn't supposed to...
Yeah.
No, it's a ja.
It's pronounced as yeah.
Whatever. I don't care. Cry couldn't help but whimper now, feeling blood being smudged all over his clothing. Seriously, you care more about your clothing, sir? What the hell? The sirens sounded right outside their home now, along with the slamming of doors. Pewdie bit his lip as tears began to fall down his bloody cheeks. You won't let them hurt me, will you? He asked in a hoarse voice. Cry looked up at him and nodded. Even though Pewdie was a murderer and was completely crazy, he still loved him. I won't. I promise. Pewdie smiled as he pressed his lips yet again onto Cry's forehead.
I love you, Ryan.
He whispered into the American's ear, slowly bringing the knife to the other's throat.
I love you.
Cry swallowed as he felt the tip of the knife pushed gently on his skin. I love you too. Footsteps sounded from the staircase, making their way to the room Pewdie and Cry were in. Pewdie whimpered as he grazed the American's throat with a knife, drawing a thin line of red across the pale flesh. Cry winced and began to whimper, struggling in his grasp as the sound of banging sounded on the bedroom door. Open up! It's the police!
The popos, okay.
The popos are gonna get it. Shit just got real.
Pewdie aimed the knife over the American's chest, beginning to sniffle. Cry's heart began to pound against his ribcage as the door was broken, snapping in, jagged halves. As police officers spilled into the room, guns aimed at the crazed man that held a knife dangerously over Cry's heart.
Put the knife down, sir, the officer in charge demanded. His aim focused on the Swede's forehead.
Pewdie, in turn, started to cry as he tightened his hold on Cry's shirt.
Put the knife down or I'll shoot!
The Swede didn't oblige, crying harder now.
One of the cops from the sidelines managed to approach the Swede without being seen, and Pewdie's world went black as he was hit on the head with the butt of the gun. Cry toppled to the ground, whimpering from the stinging pain in his neck and the pull of his restraints.
His gaze never left the body of his crazed lover, as he was pulled out of the room after being untied.
That was pretty fucked up. Since you guys cannot see, my cousin's nodding right now.
Dang.
Shit just got real at the last moment. Well, that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, whatever. No spam, please.
I enjoyed it, actually.
You did? Alright, well, bye, guys.